What up, what up? Welcome to the Thomas Gang Podcast, episode 19. How you doing this evening, dear?
I'm doing good, dear. I'm still a little angry, but I'm seeing progress. So, how about you?
Yeah, still a little angry, still a little frustrated. Slow motion is better than no motion. We gotta keep the fight alive and stay on their neck. And they've been on our neck for 400 something years.
Yeah, that was a good one. You're right.
So
we need to stay on them.
Let's stay on their neck. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. If this is your first time listening, or it is not your first time listening, you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe to YouTube, the Thomas Gang Podcast. Hit the notification bell, and you can also subscribe on IG. If you don't know what IG is, that is Instagram. You can also subscribe on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, and Anchor, and other listening platforms as well. And before we get started, I do want to give some shout outs to, we gave some shout outs before last couple of weeks because all the stuff been going on, to the people in the front line, but I really want to give a shout out, applause to, and I've been critical of them.
Who?
Y'all.
Who is y'all?
The millennials. And what's after the millennials?
Don't do that.
No, I gotta show them love. What's after the millennials? Generation X
or Z? I don't keep up with that stuff. I'm a 33-year-old black woman, and that's how I identify myself.
I gotta give them applause again because they've been the one that been out there in the front line. They're not like the people, our time and before us. They started
I can't
it.
Say that I've been seeing a mix of all generations.
It's been a mix, but those millennials and the generation after them, they've been out there. They not playing. They not trying to hide none of the nonsense that's been going on. So shouts out to them. Like I said, I've been critical of y'all, but y'all been putting in work, man. I
don't like how you singling me out, but okay.
Nah, this it's a good thing on this one. Like they not having it. Like they out there on the front line. So again, shout out to them. Just we all out there. Be safe and remember what's the reason you're out there for. Last week, we're gonna do a brief as I get on IG Live. Let me see. Last week we episode 18.
Yeah, briefly talked about the comments that Trina made, and it seems to still be a relevant conversation. People are seriously trying to get this girl fired.
Right. I want to say what's up to Cisco. Cisco, made a little late guest appearance on we're on IG Live right now on episode 18, and also to Go Live Films Big Brother. He said some good things last week.
He made some very good points.
Very good points. So shout
out
to him.
You guys.
And also he even dropped a little bars, a little poetry. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
That was nice.
Need to see what's up with that. I want to hear some poetry.
I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about no poetry now.
Maybe not on live or on the podcast, but I'm gonna have to call my brother-in-law.
But shout out to him again. And like we said, we're gonna talk about this briefly because I'm Trina'd out at this point.
Yeah, I'm just over it. At this point, I hope the same people that's signing this petition and using all this energy to get this young woman fired have that same energy to go out and vote. It's so much like bigger things to be fighting for, and you guys are trying to fight to get another black woman fired from her job.
And this is from a black woman.
She made some mistakes. We're not taking that away from her. She made some mistakes. She said some dumb shit, but it's not worth her losing her job.
Was it from another black woman that did this?
From what I seen, the person who initiated the petition, oh my goodness, I couldn't remember her name, but it was a black woman.
Shout out. What's
They're
up?
Black. It's only a black person that will go to this extent because that's just crazy.
We on IG Live. What's up, Shonda? Glad you could join us.
Hey, Shonda.
We talking about Huff. What up, Huff? It's a family affair. Just join us. We talking about, just briefly, because we talked about it in episode 18. We talking about the comments that Trina made, and people still want her fired. I'm in total agreement. It's bigger things.
Having her fired? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm saying this lady. These people want her canceled. The cancel culture. And they want her fired.
Right.
Like you just said, it's bigger fish to fry. She made a mistake. We established that. She made an apology last week. She made another apology, and with that second apology, I forgave her. You know what I'm saying? It was more sincere than the first one to me. what got me, if you're from the Miami, South Florida area, she touched on the McDuffie riots. She's from the city. Like I said, if you're from Miami, the South Florida area, it's before our time, but you definitely heard about the McDuffie riots. It was something serious. It was no joke. I went to school with McDuffie's daughter. Shout out to her. Went to high school with her. So for her to talk about that, which was a serious thing, she know how serious, her comments were. And, she made a mistake. She got emotional. And let's just move on from that. It's just not that serious. It's not serious at all,
It's not. And, I mean, that's all I have to say about that. I think.
Tasha, what up?
People need to realize, yes, she made a mistake. And regardless if she was sincere or not, people are entitled to their opinion, even if it's a dumb one. But it's not worth losing their job.
Not at all.
There's so much, that you could be fighting for and doing and trying to get this woman fired. I mean, I don't understand it, but I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, again, it's not that serious. I asked the woman who did this petition, we're going to segue to, something else. To this woman that did this petition, how about go to change.org? Everybody out there listening, it's 1 million petitions on change.org. One of them being for Breonna Taylor, the young lady that got murdered, that got shot 8 times, by the police.
Right.
She was asleep. Mm-hmm. I believe she was an officer. Yep. So they shot her, and when they shot her, they already had the original criminal locked up. So this lady lost her life for nothing. So you want to sign a petition, sign in on that. Do something that really means something.
That's going to really make a difference in the community.
Not because a rapper or a celebrity
you disagree with what she said. I mean,
that's so weak. So again, and we're not getting paid for this, but this is something that, with this platform, we want to bring awareness to it.
Right.
Change.org.
Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by the ignorance that you see, the dumb comments and posts that you may hear from people. Let's focus on what's important, and that's change.
Right. The media, white media in particular, want us to fight each other. They want us to get distracted. Like you just said.
Pretty well on our own, obviously.
Right.
I mean,
but this is not the time. We have to stay focused, have all eyes open, and again, change.org. If you haven't, they have the petition for the Minneapolis police to get them out of there. They have it for George Floyd, again, Breonna Taylor. They have so much more important things that we could sign a petition for. Let's focus on that. Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So all for Trina. And also, really briefly, we talked about Drew Brees. He made his comments. He apologized 3 times. Talked about he made a rebuttal to Trump after Trump threw him under the bus. I'm not going to front. Part of me wants to forgive him, but I'm not ready yet.
And you have that right.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet. Yeah. He is a great guy. He's a great quarterback. He did a lot of work in the community for New Orleans, especially during Katrina.
Yep.
But we can't let it off the hook that easily.
Right, and you have every right to feel that way. But I mean,
right.
Let's move on, because I think that's another distraction to what's important.
It is. So, my lady, what up? So, again, we got to stay focused. Just keep our eyes open. Look at what these people are doing. Look at these corporations who are not supporting this.
Right. Let's look at the positive.
Right.
The positive impact that's bringing awareness and change in our communities. Let's focus on that.
Right. Like I said, keep your eyes open for people. They're going to show you who they are, and watch out for these corporations who are not with us. If they're not with us, they're against us. So let's focus on that. Let's make sure, if you're not aware of when you're supposed to vote, go online, Google that. Check out when you're supposed to vote.
Yeah, spread that awareness. Get people to vote.
Right. Continue to do positive protesting. Worry about, education and jobs and things of that nature, not what celebrities are saying, to the point where you got to sign a damn petition. It's corny.
Yep.
So.
Well, moving on from that.
We are all for that.
Yeah.
Hair by Jessica.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody, Darcy.
Darcy, I'm sorry. What up?
What's up?
Take a little drink.
Yeah,
we're not gonna say that.
Take a drink, because
you already been drinking.
We might need some bleepers. You got a beeping noise on that roadcaster? Because
nah. Don't even say the name of the device.
Keep it professional, but if a couple of motherfuckers or something
Uh-oh.
slip out, just know I'm just very passionate about what's going on, and I'm upset. So I'm gonna try to keep it very professional.
So what we getting into next? You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing my Black Pride, my Black Panther shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get a drink of this.
Go ahead, get your drink in sometime today. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So we did a poll on the story. I know we always say we did a poll, but that kind of helps us, getting the feedback from the people to talk about our topic. So, do you think the phrase "all lives matter"? Do you think the phrase "all lives matter" lacks empathy, shows a person is blind to the Black lives lost, and families broken by injustice?
Let me ask you first. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. And it's funny because this is the most participation that we've ever received whenever we posted something in our story. Mm-hmm. And the results were 100%. So everybody who voted agreed with this.
Shout out to everybody. Give me the applause on that. Shout out to everybody that voted. Shout out to all the white people too that's participating out there with us. Shout out, another applause for them. You don't get too much participation from them.
Not when it comes to something like this and Black lives, but what did you think? I'm sure you agree with it. I know you agree with that.
Before I answer that, people on IG, let us know what you think about the term "all lives matter." Tell us what do you think about that term when you hear "all lives matter"? What does that term mean to you?
Yeah, DM us if you haven't already voted. Leave a comment on YouTube, and if you happen to post a clip on IG, you guys leave some comments. Let's get a real discussion going. This might bring awareness and change also. So let's use this platform to spread the word and create change, okay?
But what I pretty much agree with when people say all lives matter, they don't care about Black lives. They use that as an excuse.
Even the Black people who say that?
I think if you're Black and you're saying that, you're lost. That's just what it is.
I agree. There's a lot of intellectually impaired people out there,
AKA smart dumb people. That's what it's called. That's what I call them, smart dumb people.
Uneducated, but hopefully those same people try to open their minds and understand the views that we're trying to express when it comes to Black lives. And not to say that all lives don't matter. We're not saying that.
That's obvious,
right? Nobody's saying
all lives matter.
Of course all lives
Cut
matter.
the bull.
However, all lives are not being affected by police brutality and racial profiling. Only Black lives. And there is a clear distinction to the same intellectually impaired people that consistently compare Black on
AKA
Black crimes.
stupid and ignorant people. Just call it what it is.
You can't say.
I just said it. Hold on. I'm going to cut that thought. I don't mean to cut you off because you say I cut you off and your little imaginary people say I cut you off. But I want to get to these comments here. Tasha said they're racist. I agree. Huff says coons is what they are. Huff, they are coons. They are part of the Ray Lewis and Steve Harvey list. Yes, they're coons. But lady says Black Lives Matter, period. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Continue on, babe.
And that is what it is. I mean,
cooning at its finest.
Who said that?
That's what it is. Shout out to Cuz Huff. Cooning at its finest. My lady says all lives matter when Black lives matter. That's right. We can get applause for that. That's right. They don't get it.
They don't get it. And this is an opportunity for you the people who think like that, to learn and educate yourselves that, first of all, let me just give you a clear distinction between Black on Black crimes and being a victim of police brutality.
Matter of fact, before you get into that, I mean to cut you off, but they do get it.
You do mean to cut me off because you cut me off every time.
Good. But they do get it. They just act like they don't get it. They're just being ignorant to the fact. They don't want to hear it. They don't because it don't affect.
They're choosing to be ignorant?
Yes. They know what's going on. They don't.
Ignorance is universal
because it's not affecting their world. You know what I'm saying? So Black Lives Matter.
You mean it's not affecting the Black people's world?
Their white people world. It's not affecting their world. Okay. So when they hear Black Lives Matter,
well, you know what?
They don't.
I'm not trying to make excuses for white people.
No, it's no excuse. It's the truth.
Caucasians, but they can't possibly understand what it really means to be Black and the whole movement about Black Lives Matter. But Black people, I expect more. I'm a little disappointed when I hear people say all lives. Well, black people say all lives matter.
Let me see what Tasha says. Tasha says, but I can't say they're racist because some black people are saying, which I don't understand. Right. Yeah, black people are not racist. They're stupid. They're just, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Black people, if you're saying that, you're stupid. Huff says they're brainwashed by the money. They get rich and forget who they are. Some of them. Yeah. I would agree with that. I definitely, but white people have never been in our world, so they don't know our struggle.
Right.
But
black people have.
But you don't have to be a certain ethnicity to know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying?
No, but to really understand the power behind it, that's a personal thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being black is a personal thing. And we can't understand what it's like to be white. We don't know what it's like to be in a white person's shoes. I mean, we see it on TV, but we can't experience. That's something we cannot experience, and that's something white people cannot experience.
We can't experience being white, but if we see somebody beating up or killing a white person, we know that's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
It's wrong, but it has a different effect when you actually experience it.
True. But I feel like these white people don't care, and they're closing their eyes.
You know, I've been seeing a lot of changes. So not all, but there
not
are
some. Not all. But it's a lot. You know, with this was going on. This is a eye opener. This is the most white people I've ever seen that stood with us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So this is great. But a lot of those people that are, and if you're black and you're saying all lives matter, you lost. Yeah, and we can have this conversation anytime.
You're lost and just completely oblivious to the whole Black Lives Matter movement.
That's like
do your research. Go find out why they started Black Lives Matter. If you knew why Black Lives Matter movement was started, there's no way you could possibly utter the words "all lives matter."
Go back to the hood. I think most of you who say that forgot where you came from. Go back to the hood. Go back and breathe that air. Go back out there. You forgot where you came from. You are lost. You are a lost soul. When Lauryn Hill said we lost one, they was talking about them. That's just like,
that was good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like you black vote for Trump. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what this man says.
Yeah, I still don't understand that.
Yeah, how can you be black? How can you be a woman? How can you be a foreigner and you vote for Trump?
How can you be Hispanic and vote for Trump?
It doesn't make sense.
To ban the damn
Mexicans
from
it does not make sense.
States.
So if you're black and you're saying all lives matter, you're done. You're gone.
Yeah, just educate yourself and just go do your research on Black Lives Matter. I think, that'll help you understand why people say that. Because I've heard people say that that's just a trending thing.
Yeah, they said that before. I think they had problems before where they had an organization and they wasn't really doing what they were saying. So a lot of people are skeptical about the movement. But again, this is about not George Floyd or stuff that's just been going on now. This been going on forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
years.
So if it's something that's continuously happening for us and for the world, you don't care about our lives. Right. So we have to do something about it. So if this movement is part of it, so be it. Because
look at the numbers for those same people. Go back and look at the number of murders from white officers killing black men and compare it to the numbers of white officers killing white men.
Right.
It's a huge difference.
And the case for Breonna Taylor, the cops haven't been arrested yet. They just opened up the case, but no one has been arrested yet.
And it's sad. It is so sad. That could be your family. That could be your mom. That could be your sister.
Yep.
You know what I mean? This could be your family member, white or black.
Right.
It's not fair.
This ain't the time. We said this last week. This ain't the time for black on black talk. Like, get out of here with that. This ain't the time for that.
And back to that, people who compare black on black crimes. Let me break this down to you, and I'm going to slowly speak so that they can understand. There is a clear distinction between black on black crimes and being a victim of police brutality.
Which a dumbass.
Not to say that we're turning a blind eye to the black on black crimes, because yes, it does happen. However, like I said in the last episode, if your black ass kills somebody and you go to court, your black ass is going to jail.
Talk to him, babe. Talk to him.
Evidence or no evidence, they're sending your black ass to jail.
Locked up.
Now, if a white police officer kills a black man,
What they do?
he goes home to his family.
On an administrative leave.
Court. He goes to court. Where's the justice? Where's it? Please. So for those same people who like to compare black on black crimes
Dumbasses.
to police brutality, please help me understand, where is the justice?
Shut the hell up. Just shut up. Because this has nothing to do. A black man didn't kill George Floyd.
No.
A black man didn't kill Breonna Taylor.
But
A black man didn't kill Eric Gardner.
Is these people are going to court and they're not being charged for murder.
A black man didn't kill Sean Bell. I could go on and on and on. A black man ain't kill, what's her name? Chandra, what's her name? Last name? They didn't kill her either. Like
Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland. Mm-hmm. Black man didn't kill them. So black on black crime, that little dumb term is irrelevant, like we said last week.
It's irrelevant to the Black Lives Matter movement. Not to say that it doesn't happen and it shouldn't stop. Yes, it should. But guess what? Again, if they go to court, justice will be served. You know, and not even, because they don't give a shit if you have evidence on them or not. Right. They see a black man killing another black man. It's a win-win for them, because guess what? That's two black men off the street. One is dead, one gonna be locked up. Right,
and both families are affected. Exactly. You don't talk about that. And if you're gonna keep this black on black crap, what about these white kids shooting up these schools? We gotta talk about everything.
I mean, it's just
about everything.
It's just irrelevant.
All of it's irrelevant at this point.
I don't get that. So I don't know, but it's funny because I seen a post today. If
you're talking about black on black crime right now, all lives matter. You know what I'm saying? We welcome you to the coon list. That's the list that you're a part of. You're all coons, all of you. Tell Ray Lewis and Steve Harvey I said hi.
Wow,
coons.
But I seen a post today, right? It was a white lady holding a sign, and I'm going to read to you what her sign said, okay? Let me paint this picture. This is a white woman holding a sign. In the words of Willie D, your mama should be embarrassed and your daddy should have pulled out. Continue on, baby. You know what? You should have hit a button for that.
Shout out to Willie D. I ain't make that up. Willie D did that. Shout out to Willie D. Continue, baby. These cocksuckers. Go ahead.
This post I seen, it has a white lady holding a sign, and the sign said, "If my son went for some Skittles and didn't return, or played in the park and didn't return, or went for a jog and didn't return, or reached for his license and didn't return, and with his last dying breath called out my name, I will burn down the damn city too."
Absolutely. Burn it down. Burn down Target too. Burn it down.
There's no justice in that. Right. We're just simply asking and fighting for justice. That's what Black Lives Matter is about.
Let me read this comment. Well said, babe. Let me read this comment Al said. When a black person kill another black person, they want, okay, Al, let me try this again. It's not me, y'all, it's Al. When a black person,
don't call him out like that.
When a black person killed another black person, they want and go look for that person. But when a white person kill a black person, they want to video and go protest. I don't get it.
Hashtag no justice.
But I don't think that's what he's saying right here. Let me read this again. When a black person killed another, I guess is killed by another black person, they want and go look for that person. Okay, when a black person killed another black person. But when a white person killed a black person, they want to video and go protest. I don't get it.
Well, and here's another thing too that pisses me off with that.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, and not to make it right, please hear me when I say this does not make it right. When black people kill their own, that is some personal shit. Not isolated, not racially profiled. That is personal. You do something to me, so I'm going to do something to you. That's what we taught as kids. We teach our kids, if somebody do something to you, you do it back. Doesn't make it right.
But you know what? Like I said last week, that's partly true, but when you have people that live in poverty, things are going to happen.
Right, and it doesn't make it right.
No, it don't make it right. But when you're placed in a situation where you have nothing,
right?
You put people in the middle somewhere where it's a poor environment.
Right.
Crime is going to happen, whether it's black, white, Chinese, wherever it is.
White police officers in those same neighborhoods, they don't know how to deal with us.
Right. So when you're in a low income environment, then what happens? Somehow drugs and crack and all that's put in there.
Right.
We didn't put that in there. Right. Then guns is in there. Mm-hmm. We didn't bring drugs in here. So what's going to happen? Right. You're going to mess up the environment. You're going to mess up the neighborhood, killings, robberies, all kinds of stuff. So all that plays its part.
Right. And guess what? When the police go to those neighborhoods, they're looking to make an arrest.
Yeah.
Justice will be served for those crimes. It doesn't take away from those crimes. Justice will be served. My whole point is justice is not being served when white people kill us.
Right.
That's the point. And if you don't understand that by now, you're a fucking idiot. Period.
So what you think about Al's statement on here?
I think I just answered it.
Yeah, I think you did too.
No disrespect.
A lady says, we just want equality. Absolutely. That's all we want. Steph says, but there's just as much white on white crime. Absolutely. But they don't call it that. They just, say that he was bullied.
Right. They're not going to call it that.
Yeah, they're not going to say that. They have an excuse, right.
When it's us, we just all the same. We all thugs. We all gangsters. We ain't shit. We ain't going to be shit.
And she continues on, black crime is high because you're most likely to harm who you are close to. What I just said. When you're in an environment with nothing's around you, people are going to get at each other. Doesn't matter, the race. But we about to get off of here, y'all. Steph, we about to hit you up.
Yeah, we about to make some phone calls and get her opinion on this.
But for people here on IG, thanks for joining us. And again, you could catch the rest of this podcast on YouTube. So
hope nobody has sensitive ears.
If they do, I don't give a damn. We out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we about
can't sign a petition to get me off of my shit. It says the Thomas game. So I can say what I want to say. Sorry.
Hey, you all right?
No, I'm pissed. This pisses me off.
Whoa. I see, man.
But anyway, let's call somebody and see what they think because let me get my drink.
Go ahead and get your drink and we're gonna see if we could get Steph on the phone right quickly.
Yeah, cause I'm curious to. That's just me being real. So
I'd rather for you to be real.
If you can't accept it, just respect it. If you don't want to hear about it, log off.
Exactly. Damn. Okay, let's see. Let's get Steph on the line. Oh, while we take this quick little break, if you have any suggestions, thoughts, or stories you want us to read, you can also check us out at the Thomas Gang 2020 at gmail.com. Again, that is the Thomas Gang 2020 at gmail.com. And let's get this person to ring. Here we go. Uh-oh.
Give us a minute while we call this person.
Ring. School bell ring.
I told you needed some bleepers tonight on that machine.
No, we good, man.
Like beep, 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 beep.
I'm going to put them on.
Let me put my earphones so I can get
My country resident.
Oh.
Welcome to the Thomas Gang podcast.
You're live.
Sis, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
Huh?
I said, how y'all doing?
Doing good.
Were you on our live, friend?
Yeah, she was.
Oh, okay.
I read some of the comments. She been drinking, so she ain't hear what I said when I read your comments. Talking about you.
Sorry.
Wow. So, what do you think about this? I know you said a couple of things on live. What do you think about this when people say all lives matters?
Just everything in general, all the injustice and equality that's going on. Let us know what you think, friend.
I mean, of course, all lives matter, but that's not the topic at hand today. Mm-hmm. No one is making any other race any less significant than another race. Right now, we are tackling black lives because that's the lives that are being negatively impacted.
Right.
So
if all lives are being impacted, okay, then we should go march for all lives matter. But that's not the case.
So
it's black lives.
So what do you tell? I'm sorry.
No, I got you. What happened?
No, continue.
Yeah, so I think we need to keep pressing forward. I think that's one of the difficulties with this generation. It's so quick to move on to the next subject, but I think this is going to be one of those times where we're going to keep pressing and pressing. Like like they did 50, 60 years ago.
Right.
You know, not just press on for 2 weeks and we move on.
Right.
No, it might be years from now. It wasn't created overnight. Slavery was, 400 years?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Segregation just ended in 1965. That was 6 years ago. You got this is still fresh and new.
You're dropping facts. You know what I'm saying? You paid attention in history class, huh?
So, friend, let me ask you. I mean, besides the protesting and us marching for change, what else do you think will help bring change to what's going on?
I think we got to invest in our own self. Not just, okay, I'm going to go shop Black businesses. That's great. But we need to invest in kids, invest in their dreams, invest in being the people that make the decisions. You know, not just being the helper, because that's the place that they want us to stay in, be the helper. You be the admin assistant or you be the clerk. No, we don't need to just be the clerk. Okay? We need to be the CEOs, the people who, the lawmakers, supreme justice. But, it's easier said than done because the people that will have to give us that foot in the door are some of the oppressors themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, we can have hopes and dreams, but somebody got to let us in the door at some point.
Right. And then when they open that door, we got to stick our foot out and leave that door
and
open.
And got to reach down and reach and get some of our other people, because, some people get to the top and they don't want to look out for, other Black people because you want to be the only token. Right. Yeah, be the only token Black person in the office.
Right.
Yeah,
and we can't do that.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, and I think also we have to, as Black people, we have to know our worth. We can't just continue to be fed little kibbles and bits, and we be satisfied with that. Like, we have to know our worth and try to execute on our dreams, not just for us, but our kids and their kids, and then we bring on generational wealth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We have to do the same thing these white people doing.
Yeah,
that's why you see a lot of these white people. They family have legacy programs. You know what I mean? So if your great-grandfather went to Harvard, just because he went to Harvard and you were a mediocre student, you can get to go to Harvard.
Absolutely.
The Naval Academy. All of this is privileges that we don't have because our great-great-grandfather didn't have the ability to go to Harvard because Harvard probably didn't accept Black people 50, 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so that takes spot of somebody deserving to have that spot at that school. But no, because we got these lineage programs that, it takes us out of the equation.
Right.
And we have an Aunt Becky, you know what I'm saying, that could cheat their way in.
Exactly. We ain't got no money.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But she being
now she wants to go crying.
What you said now?
She want to go crying because you got to go to jail. Pack your bag, your toothbrush. It's time for you to go to jail. They had Black people who put their children in a whole nother school district, and they going to jail.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That is sad. And I think that was elementary school. The lady wanted to put her daughter in a better school.
That's crazy.
Elementary school, and because she lied about where she lived, they told her that was a crime.
And that's something to sign a petition for. Something like that.
Yeah.
Because I believe that lady might still be in jail. I haven't heard anything about it. It's been a couple of years, right?
5 years for that.
Jeez.
That's ridiculous.
And that's probably her first offense, and she gets 5 years. That's crazy.
So crazy. Yeah. All because she wanted to give her child a better education.
Push gonna shove, take the child out of the school. No one does time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's that serious, take it out of the school.
But where is the harm in that?
Right.
People do that.
She ain't the first.
Right?
We all know some. If we ain't do it ourselves, we all know somebody that did it. You know what I'm saying?
That.
Auntie, let me put your address on there.
And it's sad that we got to
better
do that.
Education.
Yeah, and it's sad that you got to do that because the wealth isn't spread out equally. You know, okay, you live out in Parkland. Oh, your children's schools are great. Okay, now you go up in Dillard neighborhood or somewhere. No disrespect to anybody from Dillard, but you live in the other part of the neighborhood. You're not gonna have some of the resources. I mean, it's the truth. You're not gonna have resources that some of these other more quote unquote privileged neighborhoods gonna have.
AKA
and that's not
white.
Yeah, if it's a free school, every free school in Broward County should have the same thing.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
It's a public school. Let it be equal across the board.
Right.
Let that
I mean,
child.
I can see you go to private school and you got a little bit, you're paying to go there.
Right.
But public school, no.
Let that child work speak for itself. If that child is able to do the work and make it there every day, let that child stay in there, regardless of where they live and what color they are.
Right.
I mean, we got a long way to go. And just like you said, we got to know our worth, and we got to know that you can't just settle. No. Just because they give you an inch, that don't mean you need to just take that inch and just let it be. Right. No. You go get you a whole yard. You know, right. Don't just settle for what somebody gives you. And that's what angers me when, you know, some of our people don't take for granted these opportunities. It's like somebody laid their life on the line for you to be able to sit in the classroom with another white person or be able to be in a restaurant. Like, our parents was around with segregation, so we aren't that far removed. So it's like we need to really embrace these things and make changes so we could really impact the future. Because if we think we free, but we ain't free.
Nah. Right. And think about it. That happened. That wasn't that long ago. What was that? Maybe 40, 50 years ago?
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago.
But I like what you said,
my mom is 60, and she remember having to go in the back.
Right.
My dad does too. He just turned 74, so he knows all about that.
Right. But I like what you said, Steph, when you was like, we have to start investing in our kids. That is so true, because that's the only way. When we invest in our kids and in their education, you know what I mean? Put them in positions where they can get not just a diploma, but a bachelor's degree to a master's degree, and just to continue their education and put them in position of authority so that they can make the changes without answering to the white man.
And also not worry about fitting in with white people. We don't have to fit in with them. We could make our own story. We could do exactly what they do. We just got to be able to have opportunity to do it. We don't have to fit in with them. We don't have to do what they do. So if we don't go to an Ivy League school, let's try HSBC. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to fit in with them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I told my coworker, I said, if one more white person get on television and say, I don't see color, I'm going to scream bloody murder. That's the same thing. I have black friends. We're not telling you don't see our color. You know, like most black people I know like being black. I'm sorry, I don't want to be white.
Nah.
Right.
I ain't got no interest in it. Black people are the most colorful, flavorful people to walk this planet.
That's right. The most loving. The most, you know what I'm saying? God made us to be loving and forgiving, but, you know, that's probably one thing about us. We too forgiving, but that's how God made it to be loving and forgiving.
That's right. Say it loud.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm black and I'm proud.
They watch what we do, recreate it, and try to rebrand it.
Right.
Kim Kardashian can go get cornrows. Oh my God, it's gotcha braids.
Culture vultures.
The cornrows.
Culture vultures, man. Like they criticize what we do, and they take it and make a profit of it.
Culture vultures.
Culture vultures. Shout out to Dame Dash. Yeah, culture vultures, man.
Yeah,
they've been stealing our stuff for forever. Like
it's
Elvis stole, you know what I'm saying, rock and roll from Chuck Berry and James Brown. Like they've been doing this. And then we let them in.
Yeah, it took so many songs. You thought that they were, you know, originals. Nah, Elvis stole songs. Come on now.
Rest in peace to Little Richard. Elvis stole stuff from him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but they don't want you to know that.
Nah. You know what I'm saying?
Don't talk about that.
Nah. But we about to get up out. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We got to read our own history.
No doubt.
You know? Who ain't gonna teach you?
Right.
No doubt.
They don't teach. Hell, I don't even think they teach African American history until college.
Yeah, I think they stopped.
They teach African American history. They just teach Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks.
That's it.
I think they taught Mary McLeod.
No, I mean an actual subject though. That's not an actual subject until college.
No, yeah, I don't even. In college, you got to enroll in that.
Yeah, you have to enroll in. It's a writing credit.
All right, Steph, we about to get up out of here. We thank you for calling in. You know what I'm saying?
We called her.
Well, she answered. So yeah, we did call you. We thank you for answering the damn phone. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
We appreciate
Y'all
it.
have a good.
All right,
Okay.
you too.
You too. All right, so about to get up out of here. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I shouldn't say nothing else. I done drunk too much. Not really, but I think that was a good show.
Definitely. And again, before we get out of here, if you want to be part of it, you know what's going on. Sign petition again. It's change.org. We're not getting paid for it. Also, man, Google check on GoFundMe pages for George Floyd and his family and everything else that's going on.
Yes.
Again, if you want to leave email to thomasgang2020@gmail.com, and you can hear this and watch this on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Anchor, and Spotify, and other listening platforms as well.
Yep. Don't just talk about change. Be a part of the change.
Thomas Gang, we out, man. Peace.